microphone so that people can actually hear what I'm saying.
If anybody needs a,
And
just pass it on.
we are now beginning the open session to hear public comments before closed session. Roll call.
Councilmember Bonner will be absent due to illness. Councilmember Jimenez is also absent. Councilmember McLaughlin.
Here.
Councilmember Robinson.
Here.
Councilmember Willis.
Here.
Councilmember Zepeda.
Here.
And Mayor Martinez.
Here. All right. Can you read the items?
I believe Shannon had an announcement.
Yeah, I just wanted to suggest adding an additional closed session item pursuant to Government Code 54952B2. After the July 2nd agenda was published, the city received notice of a filing of a writ of mandate. And given the summer recess and kind of the short briefing schedule, I would recommend us discussing this in closed session. And I'd like to have it added under two ways. One is under conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, Government Code Section 54956.9. The case name is Coalition for Richmond's Future and Daniela Dickey versus Pamela Christian as the city clerk for the city of Richmond, Kristen B. Conley, county clerk, and Doe's. I'd like to also add it, because we have not actually been served with this writ of mandate, under conference with legal counsel anticipated litigation, significant exposure to litigation under Government Code Section 54956.9, D3 and 2, or 2 and 3, and under one case.
We need
All right.
a motion.
Yes. I move the item. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay.
Second by Councilmember Zepeda.
Councilmember Zepeda.
Councilmember McLaughlin.
Yes.
Councilmember Robinson.
Yes.
Councilmember Willis.
Yes.
Councilmember Zepeda.
Yes.
And Mayor Martinez.
Yes.
The motion passes with Councilmembers Bonner and Vice Mayor Jimenez absent. During closed session, the council will discuss the following items under liability claims. Items C1, claimants Patrick Jackson, Queasy Gus, Gary Minor, and Shanita Harris. Under item C2, we heard the new additional item, and there's also Hanley's Hilltop Buick et al. Versus City of Richmond, Aggress versus City of Richmond. Under C3, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, initiation of litigation. There are two cases. Under item C4, conference with labor negotiators, agency representatives Sharon Taylor and Jack Hughes. Employee organizations, SEIU Local 1021, full-time and part-time units, IFPTE Local 21, mid-level management and executive management units, Richmond Police Officers Association, Richmond Police Management Association, IAFF Local 188, and Richmond Fire Management Association. Under item C5, conference with real property negotiator. The property is Point Melati, site of former Naval Shipyard Depot. Agency negotiators, Dave Alshire, Shannon Moore, Dave Alshire, okay, sorry. Negotiating parties, East Bay Regional Park District and Tribe, and Upstream Point Melati LLC. Under negotiation, price and terms of payment. We do have 5 speakers in person for public comment, and if there's anyone online that would like to address the council on this item or any of the items under closed session, please raise your hand at this time. Our speakers are David Hilgarv, Tony Wright, Debbie Bayer, Robert Cheesty, and Pam Stello. Please come forward. You'll have 2 minutes to address the council.
Hi, I'm David Hilhart with Point Melati Alliance. David Hilhart with Point Melati Alliance. 2 years ago, we printed these T-shirts, Point Melati Park Now. Can't believe we're almost at now. Occasionally, you don't pave paradise and put up a parking lot or a casino. So I'm very excited. I hope you'll approve the price in terms of payment. I know there are glitches, but we should never let the perfect strip away from the very, very good. You know, I'm sorry Carol Tilchet's not here to join us, but it's taken 20 years to get to this common sense point where our underpark community will have a world-class park. And I think that, you know, also just lost a friend, Wallace J. Nichols, who wrote a book called Blue Mind, talks about how being on, in, or near water not only improves us spiritually, but physically. During the COVID, I remember all the sectors of our community were down in the beach park, Point Melati Beach Park, with their kids and being exposed to nature and having that solace. And I kept thinking, this is only 5% of what we deserve. Point Melati is one of those places where you save the world 400 acres at a time. And Jay also passed these marbles, passed them forward to the Dalai Lama and Jane Fonda and Jane Goodall. And the idea is, he claimed, if you look at it, hold it at arm's length, it looks exactly the size and appearance of our blue marble planet seen from the sun 94 million miles away. And he said that the important thing is pass it on to people doing good things for the earth. So I'd like to pass this marble on to the City Council, which is doing the right things for all of us.
Tony Wright.
Hi, my name is Tony Wright. I'm a resident of Richmond since 1990. I run an organization in city of Berkeley, and I want to say that we should move forward on Point Melati because Point Melati is the equivalent of New York Central Park. We have, in my organization, we have about 289 Richmond kids participating in sports in our location. This is a great opportunity for us to have Richmond kids play in Richmond, to have a treasured spot such as Point Melati, where our resident can go and be proud of. As you guys know, those of you who have gone over there, it's one of the few pristine waterfront we have left, and I think this is be a pride of Richmond for us to capture that environment and make it our own. Carol's a good friend of mine. 20 years ago, she recruited me to get into this program, and we have had a lot of conversation about how we could make this thing work, put in a couple of soccer fields over there, making it a destination site for kids, making a place where kids can learn about their first job, get involved in the community, get involved in nature. So I'm looking forward for the City Council to do the right thing and for me to continue to participate in this program as a resident of Richmond. Thank you very much, and I appreciate all the hard work you guys have been doing. Thank you.
Debbie Baer.
Hi, Debbie Baer, Richmond. And I also want to thank the council for keeping sort of true to this vision of not commercializing Point Melati, but keeping it as a park for the public. And I just remember still the first time I went there and how awed I was and just happy that this was such a beautiful place. So I hope you can, you know, move on, agree to this agreement, and all of us together can make our vision of a park possible. Thank you.
Robert Cheesty.
Mayor and Council, Robert Chasty. I represent Richmond Shoreline Alliance, Point Melati Alliance, the Sierra Club, Citizens for East Shore Parks, the various local community groups, and we have now today the opportunity to close something we've been working on now for 20 plus years. I remember being in the kitchen of the Smiths with Tarnell and Carol and starting this whole argument about how to make this happen. And we're now 20 years later, and we're here today to make this happen. And we have the money. The money's been dedicated. We're lucky. We had a state senator who made this happen for us. That money won't sit there forever. We know that the state's in a way of trying to get control of money and pull back money. So this money's protected enough if we move quickly, but we need to have a term sheet that is submitted, and we have to get it in by July 12 to get it to the Coastal Conservancy to get that money locked down. After that, who knows whether we can hold it. So it's important for us to move forward today. I want to thank the council for all the work they've done. I know that this has been a tremendous amount of time for staff, for city attorneys, for the council itself to make this vision happen. And you've done it, and you've been in good faith with the community. It's been a wonderful thing. We spent 5 years just in the litigation aspect of this to protect this for the community. And we're now here today. We can make it happen. I want to reiterate the idea of not making the perfect thing the enemy of the very good. None of us got this exactly the way we wanted it, but it's good enough. And it is a real benefit to the city of Richmond. And I urge you to go forward. I congratulate you on this. This is a banner day for Richmond, and we're going to have a whole new set of fields for 275 kids in Richmond to play. I was a soccer coach myself, and I know how important it is.
Your time has expired.
Thank you very much.
We have one more in-person speaker. If there's anyone online that would like to address the council, please raise your hand at this time. Our last in-person speaker is Pam Stello.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here tonight. My name's Pam Stello. I'm co-chair of the Point Melati Alliance. I just want to thank all of you for getting this far on a 20-year period. And I know, Gail's been on this for 20 plus years, and Eduardo and Melvin, it's been a long haul. I'm sure it's taken a tremendous amount of work for all of you and for city staff. And to get to this point in the negotiations, public places and programs enrich, they change, and they save lives. The Richmond community and future generations will benefit directly from this stunning public park and public programs and resources in perpetuity. I'm so glad that this council, for all its hard work for the community, and all the residents will be known as the council to take this monumental step to make Point Melati a public park, ensuring public access for Richmond and future generations. And I thank you all. Thank you. Good night.
Okay, and Ursula, please call the online speakers.
We have two speakers, Sally Tobin and Norman LaForce. You will have 2 minutes to speak. Sally, you may begin.
Thank you very much. I'm Sally Tobin. I'm a Richmond resident, and I just want to thank all of those involved in the negotiations that have led to the successful emergence of the price and terms of payment document. I want to congratulate you on a big success in protecting land in Richmond that the public will appreciate forever. I could go on, but you have a long night ahead. But again, thank you very much.
Thank you. The next speaker is Norman LaForce.
Yes. Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council members. This is Norman LaForce, representing both Sprawl Duff and Sierra Club today. I will simply reiterate what the other speakers have said so far. I would certainly like to personally thank all of you for all the hard work you've done in regard to the effort to create a great park at Point Melati for the future. I think the critical issue, as others have pointed out, is that in any negotiation, there's always issues and questions at the last minute different parties raise. Sometimes these get into this kind of vanity politics on all sides. And we have the opportunity here with the money that we have in the state budget, which is not going to stay there forever, to make this happen. And I think the true legacy is that what all of us want to be able to say at the end is we created a park, and not that, oh, well, we had the chance, but well, this happened and this person said this and that person did that. That's not how you reach yes in negotiation. And I would hope that everybody involved, that includes the tribe, Mr. Levine, the Park District, the city, you name them, all work together to create a new regional park at Point Melati. And that's going to be the legacy. That's what you're going to be able to say when somebody says, how did this happen? And you can say, oh, Clady, we dram, and I'll tell you the story. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Tarnell Abbott.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, my name is Cardinal Abbott. After all these years, it's about time that our beautiful, precious Point Melati be returned to the people. As a public park, it will be best used by all and preserved for future generations. I thank you for your perseverance and hard work to make this happen. Please do it today. Let's not drag this on any further. We've got the money and we need to nail it down. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you. And that was our last speaker.
Okay, then closed session is closed, and we will now adjourn to closed session.